Hello, welcome my beautiful soul family to my channel, The Mystical Hummingbird. It's been a while, a little bit there. I've been really so busy the last little while that it's been kind of hard to get me all situated, and I've had a lot of stuff to do the last little while. Um, I hope you're all doing good and having a beautiful beginning of the summer, because most kids are out of school right now. So in fact, I went to a graduation of my oldest, or I don't like to say oldest, but my first grandchild, and she graduated on Friday, and I still can't believe that it seemed like it was just yesterday that she was just a little tiny toddler. Yeah, life is definitely existing and passing us and giving us experiences. And so because I'm such a thinker, I'm always thinking about different things. It was brought to my attention the other day when I was sitting there waiting to have when I was waiting for the graduation to begin. And I noticed all the families. There were thousands of people in this at this university, and I noticed the joy of the parents. There were grandparents and family members and friends, and it was just a really moment of that made you, at least me, me that I'm thinking all the time. I was thinking, wow, as I was listening to those kids speak, they were 18-year-olds. Some of them haven't had their birthday yet, but probably almost 18. And they sounded so knowledgeable and so wise with the things that they were sharing, and how they saw life, and as they were opening themselves up to life, and what their expectations. They all had high expectations. And so I started thinking, like I said, I can only speak for myself, because I am a thinker, and maybe I think too much at times, I think so. But nevertheless, I'm not excusing myself. This is just how I am. And it makes me understand things, and it brings things to, if I have a thought about something, I like to give it, I like to let it fester, in my mind, or like cook, how if you would say it, let it get in there and get really well done, so that I can take it apart in little pieces and figure out what I was trying to find, or I'll just ask. I normally ask myself. But anyway, I came to the thought, what is the nature of reality? Who are we? And why are we here? Okay, the questions of who we are, I've asked myself this a long time ago. And I know this for me, and I know also why I am here, but I'm just kind of throwing it out there. What is the nature of reality? Albert Einstein said, reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one at that. Now here, we begin a new season towards warmer weather, okay? Fun times, families, experiences outdoors, enjoying nature and all its beauties. And I have been spending time outdoors, and that's one of the things that I totally love. That's one of my favorite things to do. So this is when this thought was in my mind about the nature of reality. I wonder if people think about that. Do people think what the nature of reality is for them? What are they consider to be a reality? So, since I can only express my individual experiences, I began formulating these thought provoking ideas about existence and its nature in my eyes. Mr. Einstein said that reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. Now, what he really meant with this, I feel that the perception of reality as one experiences it is a very convincing one, yet ultimately a deceptive experience, for the world as we know it, based on our senses, may not be the whole, or in other words, the complete or true nature of existence. So, illusion is not a true reflection, thus, our perceptions and experiences are and can be subjective, as well as misleading. I interpret this in various ways, for I feel much is relative to the onlooker or observer. I can perceive something one way in another person with a total different perspective of its nature, such as the phrase, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, meaning what a person finds beautiful, another might not. I've always have been fascinated with a deep longing and desire to find the knowledge and the understanding of the mysteries of the universe and the nature of existence. So, hold on a minute, did I do this right? Yes. The structure of things like the nature of Mother Nature itself. Nature, with her deep wisdom, is very alluring to me. To delve into the nature of the things that surround me or us and creates our existence. For me, it's one of the most important and vital things, for all I can attain from discovering the meaning of the nature of things helps me see my place and to have a better understanding of why I am and what my place, my role is within this existence. There are many sacred and ancient books with information about the nature of our existence and of reality. The ancient texts that explore this nature, the Vedas of Hinduism, the Tao Te Ching books, a book of changes from Chinese philosophy, the Quran, the Torah, the Bhagavad Gita, the Bible. These texts offer diverse perspectives on creation, the nature of existence, and its spiritual and metaphysical dimensions of reality. I personally feel very deeply on the importance of communication and the ability to connect with others, to express my inner music. Hold on a minute. I really do enjoy writing the things down so that way I can keep focus and I don't jump from one thing to the other. I feel that we are all gifted with wisdom and knowledge in this existence throughout various forms of transmission, be it through books, personal revelations such as dreams, visions. The divine uses any appropriate vessels to communicate with us. Words carry vibrations, and within the book called the Zohar, its stories are layered with symbols. In the heart of the Zohar lies one of its most powerful teachings, the concept of the Sephiroth. Now, the Sephiroth, it's is a Kabbalistic term with a rich meaning. It originates from the Hebrew word sephira, which translates to emanation or manifestation. I have been fascinated with the different books that I have found on my way in my journey, and to try to come to the understanding of the self. And it has opened many windows. And I want to say that sometimes books are like portals, because you can have one question and then it just stays in my mind, and I ask and I try to feel the information to see where I'm at. And it's really interesting because many a time I will have a dream, or if not a dream, I will have like an insight. And this usually happens to me when I'm quiet, when I'm in silence. I spend a lot of time, because of the job that I have a lot of time where it's quiet, unless, I'm playing music, or I'll have the TV on for like background sounds with either music. It's mostly music. Or sometimes I listen to an audiobook. And but I'm finding more and more that this language of the universe and transmission of information, that we are conduits for personal understanding of ourselves. Because how can I explain this? By diving into this, and when the books that have been brought to my attention, it's usually things that I am interested in. Like, I love ancient poetry. I love all types of poetry. I like the modern poets, and I like the ancient poets, kind of like my favorite. I like things that are deep and things that express the soul. And I have this thing, I've told you before that I myself have seen, this little thing that kids, they play with. It's kind of round and long, and it has, you look in your eye, and it has all these hundreds of colors, and it's called a kaleidoscope. Well, I had a dream many years ago where I saw my soul. I was observing my soul, and my soul and everyone else's soul is a kaleidoscope of colors. And you could call them here, you can see an aura of a person, but truly, the colors of your soul each means something, because it's a vibration. It's kind of like a note. Notes everything has vibrations. And this kaleidoscope of colors has a life of its own, because it's a being, it's you, but it's the highest version of you, of us. And so when we indicate, when we begin to become like I've mentioned before, when you want to go and excavate and study the earth and study ancient lands, and see the study of mankind, anything to do with seeking, finding information, we dig. When we lose something, we get on our knees and start looking for, where did it fall? When we are out in nature or at the beach, or there are these special things that you can find metals, and it helps you find metals, these little contraption things. I'm not quite sure what they're called, but these specific things that help you find metals and precious stones and things like that. But well, I want to say that we should, and I cannot stress this enough, because the knowledge of the self, it is so vital. when we give ourselves a chance, see, it's really interesting to find out about ancient civilizations and look at all those programs on TV about the documentaries, and I think it's amazing. I think it's beautiful. I've always been fascinated with all of that. And that's here in the material world, in the physical world. Now, no one really can tell you about what's inside. Scientists are studying the mind, the brain, and it's the infinite. It's an infinite knowledge that we have, but this is not just like that. It's not just there. We need to, in each individual person, become so enamored with the idea of wanting to find out what we are made of, what lies here, what creates the nature of reality. Because I am here. This is my reality. This is my present moment in time. This is all I have right here. This present moment is all I have right now. And so this moment has many, many facets and many layers. And you guys can't find that. I'm the one that finds that within me. And you guys are walking libraries. Each one of us has so much information that we can't even fathom the degrees of knowledge that we each carry. I can't speak of other people, because I've read about Carl Jung. I've read about many people. I've read the stories of Deepak Chopra, Wayne Dyer, so many. Now, they put out what they get from here and from here to create the reality. We, each person, each one of us creates that. How do you perceive reality to be? What do you want your reality to be? What do you want to experience? It's something infinite. It's something that has there's no ending to it. Hold on a minute. I've told you guys that I really love poetry, the ancient poets, and Rumi being one of my favorite. And I took this one here, and I think the page, where is it? Hold on. Just give me a second. That makes me smile. He said once, "Until whenever I live, love is my candy." And that's my favorite candy too. The condition of life, the condition of the soul, is our responsibility. And this is the moment, the only moment that we have to create a new foundation, if it need be. If we feel that our foundation is not strong, then let's create a new one. To do this, we need to be courageous, and we need to have faith in ourselves. And I truly feel that love is the secret password to every soul. Who was it that said that? I think it was someone called Anthony Williams, I think. The more we experience in our lives happy moments, love, introspective moments where we give to ourselves and ask ourselves what is our belief system? What do we feel? What do we feel our presence does in this universe? Your role. Are you making a difference, or do you even care if you make a difference? Or if you, this is more for people that are in a journey of the self, because there are many also that the noise of the world, you know, the media and social media, and people have kind of are kind of sleeping, although many are awakening. But most people are living in fear and not really touching base with who they really are. And they're missing the best part of what makes them be them, not realizing that they have the key to release themselves from this matrix. If you are content with your life, if you're content with your relationships, you're content with your religion, you're content with pretty much everything, then continue to be content until you're no longer content. The day that you're not content, step back and ask, wait a minute, what was that about? And then start asking questions. Start becoming inquisitive so that you can become your own therapist in a way. I'm still trying to find this. Oh, this is one. Rumi said this: the moment you accept and consent to a life test, the door of paradise opens. I still can't find that one. The paper must have fallen out of it. It was kind of a long one. He has many beautiful love poems in here as well. But there was one specific one that I wanted to read you. Okay, let's see. This is really interesting. He says, cheer up, because we are the people of slogans. We have nothing else to do except to love. In this soil, in this clean field, let's not sow any seeds but love. How drunk we are from that king who we are. Come, let's reach out our hands. We don't know what we ate last night. All day today, we are drunk and soft. Don't ask about the truth's condition, because we worship the wine, and don't count the cups. You have not been drunk and have not drunk from that wine. So you don't understand what we are hunting. We don't fall on this soil. We are the gardens, not mats. Let's get on this carousel, for we are steadfast men. I am the garden of God, but my name is love. I'm going to, the next video that I make, I'm going to continue the subject here that I was talking to you about, this book that I've been reading about the Zohar. It's actually a book within, there's several books within that book. And it has a lot of knowledge and a lot of amazing insights and understanding the so many different things that are here for us to understand about time, about this moment, about the nature of life, of existence. Now, if it matters to you, what's the nature of your existence? What do you want to experience in this existence? And there is so much more than there's so much more behind the spectrum of what we, with these eyes, we see, because there's so much more behind there. The knowledge of the self, for me, is one of the most vital things and important things to work with. To learn to know ourselves so that you can stand and proudly, in all humbleness, I say, proudly know who you are and stand for that which you believe to be true. Truth is something that we all have. What we believe, what makes us be, that is your truth. A person can believe and worship the sun. Another may worship a rock, but that's their truth, and that works for them. And I think it's a beautiful thing to find the beauty of life, because in all things there's beauty, in all things there's truth. Anything that is praiseworthy and that makes you grow and makes you become a better person, that makes you become a better version of yourself. Anything that inspires growth, becoming a happier you, trusting yourself, trusting in the universe, trusting in God, because for me, God is the universe itself. And I carry that here. I am that. I am the universe itself. And I always think of, lately, I think more of that now. You know how Mary Poppins had her little special bag and she could just go and dig in there and take all the things that she wanted? I have that. You have that. We don't lack anything. People say, when are you going to get your car? When are you getting your car? I said, don't you worry about my car. My car is there. The universe, it tries us and helps us in many ways for us to create a firmer foundation. Foundations that we can stand and be firm, situated, even though, like I'll explain, I had a dream some months, about a half a year ago, and I was in an earthquake. And my house was moving, and the house moved. The walls would almost come together like this. But I stood erect. I didn't fall. And it felt like And the Richter scale, I want to say maybe like a 7 or even in an 8, because I've been in earthquakes before. But it made it go like this. Everything, the walls were coming, touching each other, but nothing hurt me, nothing touched me. And the walls were yellow. My dreams give me messages. But what I'm saying is that when I was standing, my feet were firmly grounded into the ground. And we need to ground ourselves into life, into this existence, with our consciousness fully open, and with with intentionally have a knowledge of yourselves. Intentionally know what you are doing. Like, you get up in the morning, you have to go to work, you go brush your teeth and you take your coffee or whatever it is that you do. You do that every day. You know that. You know that some people plan vacations. They already have their vacations planned, right? Okay, so plan your life. Plan life. Plan with intention what you want to experience, and live those moments in moments of such joy and gusto that you create what I'm trying to tell you guys, because your thought, your voice, there's life to it. There's life in the sound of your voice. There is a vibration. There's a vibrational force, a creating life force that is intentional when you make it intentional in your creating your own life. I don't know if you guys are following me, if you understand what I'm saying. This is why I'm so about living life with gusto and having a true joy for life and having self-love and forgiving past things. Just let them go. Things that have hurt us the most, the things that hurt us the most are our greatest teachers. The people that have hurt us the most are our greatest teachers. So thank them. You don't have to go tell them thank you. Just say thank you and sayonara. There is so much more behind the spectrum. There is something that I was thinking the other night. I was looking, it was about, I want to say almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't fall asleep. I kept on tossing and turning, and I kept on thinking, because I love to go outside and look at the stars. And sometimes I have to wait to a specific time, because here in the section where I'm living, here in Utah, it has to be pitch dark before you can see the stars. I know there are other places that you can see them like beautifully. What I want to say about this is darkness, okay? Darkness. There's light and there's darkness. And some people may think, oh, darkness is not good for us. It made me think the other day when I was looking at the stars. I couldn't look at them in the daylight. You can't see the stars in the sun. It has to be complete dark. There has to be darkness for me to be able to see and enjoy the stars that I love so much. It's like I am being shown life in all its facets. Like everything makes sense and everything is sacred for me is becoming more sacred as the years, I want to say probably the last 5 years, every moment for me is sacred. Moments of laughter, moments where I have shed tears, moments where I have been silent and there has been nothing in my mind, because sometimes I just empty completely so that I can just be at peace and just feel my Father's temperance, his love, and he calms me and he fills me, and that's how I fill my cup, through either prayer, but mostly for me is I speak with him. I'm thinking of him pretty much 24/7, so that my life is very intentional. Everything I do it with an intention, of, and then out of this will come. But I surrender pretty much everything. Like this car, for example, that I've had many people, they've actually called me, when are you getting your car? I said, the car is coming when it's coming, and it's the own divine time. I'm not concerned about that. But how do you get around? Well, there's Uber, and then I can call this one or have someone help me. I'm not concerned. It's going to be fine. And I kind of smile and chuckle, because I think, well, they're so concerned about my car, and I'm not even bothered. And this is what I love about my life, because my lion, my Father, has taught me this way. And this is why he brought me here. When he told me, he said, I want you to come and make these videos, share your life with people, your life with me, with him, so that they can see me, they can see him through me. And I was like, what? Me? I'm just anybody. I'm not special. We're all special. We are all loved. And we attain whatever we attain in life is due to our beliefs. It's not just by the force of, for example, you work and you get a paycheck. Yes, you do a job and you get paid, and of course, but to have that job, you have the mindset to do whatever it is that you're doing. Whether you are a candle maker, whether you are a doctor, whether you are a dishwasher, whether you are a massage therapist, a writer, whatever. The nature of existence is because we give it life. So we experience what emanates from us. So the existence that we are experiencing is the collective in politics, in religions, in wars, and all the things, and sicknesses, and what people are their expectations. Like I hear people, oh, this is going to be coming now. Oh, we got over COVID. Now people are expecting something. And I'm like, whatever. What do you want to experience? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, what do I want to see? What do I want to experience? I experience what I desire to feel. I desire to be happy. I love being happy. Happiness, like I've told you before, is my favorite dress. Happiness, peace. I think the way I study life, the momentum of life, the way I see it, it is a sensual moment. I think that life is the existence, the nature of existence is a sensual moment, whether you are laughing, whether you are reading a book, completely submerged in a book, or whether you're sitting watching a film at the theater, or you are cooking your favorite dish, or you're sitting in a restaurant with some friends. Each moment that we give to ourselves, when you're brushing your hair, I've told you before, when you're showering, everything that we do is like it's like a puzzle. This is how I see it, of a kaleidoscope of colors. A puzzle, life is a big, huge puzzle, hundreds of thousands of little pieces of moments, of sensual moments, of happy moments, of this is the nature of existence in my eyes. I see beauty in everything. I know there are things that are negative because we live in a dual world, like I've told you before. But you guys need to give yourselves time to sit and introspect and think about the moments that you've lived, the important ones, and what they do to you, what they've done to you. Like for me, because I am so deep, everything, even, you're gonna laugh at this, even going to the bathroom. Most people think, oh, I gotta go take a piss. Or I gotta go do number 2. And you laugh at me and think, oh no, that lady, she's crazy. Okay. So, whatever you eat, whatever we drink, because we're liquid, we're a lot of water. I think it's over 75% we're water. Our cells. Okay. Our body gets rid of the toxins through the water, through urine. And whatever we have also left, we do number 2. Have any of you ever taken a piss or gone number 2 and said, thank you, body. Thank you because I was able to do that? That was a sacred moment. Do you know that I've seen, because I've worked in hospitals and I've seen this, people have tubes up their butts because they can't urinate or they can't release their bowel movements. Now, to live in a state of state of gratefulness, because I see everything sacred. I don't know if I hope you're understanding me. You give yourself this, how can I explain it? It's almost like you take a cape, like a magical cape. When you understand that the matter, that the nature of existence, it's you and what you add to the world with your voice, with your acts of kindness, your unkindness with your generosity, with your gratefulness. So the nature of existence that you experience is that what you give to yourself. Our bodies says thank you to us when we go to the bathroom because we have fed it and we have given it enough drink and it doesn't need anymore, so it releases what it doesn't need. Now that the beautiful weather is coming in and hopefully every one of you can go on vacations and experience beautiful moments of both solitude and being around people that you love and having grills and having going to the parks or to the beaches and enjoying the nature and the sun and the warmth and the lovely ambience of summer, where summer brings. Think about the nature, the quality of the life that you give to yourselves. No one gives you this, you give it to yourselves. When you take this, like this cape, I call it a cape, you take it around you and you embrace yourself with this cape. It's your divinity. You're wearing your divinity, like you wear your happiness. I wear my crown of happiness because I'm happy. I choose happiness. I choose the nature of my existence to be exquisite. And I want the same for you guys too, to feel that. But to get to that, you need to release. You need to surrender. And you need to surrender to your own selves. You need to surrender to yourselves. And surrender to whoever you deem the creator to be. Have high expectations. Dream big, 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 big. Dream big. Don't have little dreams. Oh, I just want this tiny little thing. No. You deserve grandness. I don't care about mansions and things like that. I'm not even, even if I could, that doesn't say anything to me. That's just me. But I'm not saying that when I say dream big, give life to your dreams, give love to your dreams, fill your cup with being grateful every day. Every single day before you put your feet out from your bed, thank you. Thank you for another day. Before you lay down to sleep, think of all the things you experienced this day and be grateful. Be grateful this, be grateful for that, be grateful for the neighbor that helped you with this, be grateful that you had food on the table, be grateful you had a job to go to, be grateful that you saw someone that you love, be grateful that you have someone laying next to you, be grateful for everything, that you have food in your refrigerator, that you have money in the bank. And even if you don't have any of those things, be grateful that you're breathing. And then surrender to the universe. Say, I'm here, teach me. Teach me to be abundant. Abundance, love, health, all those beautiful divine qualities are already yours. Own them. Own them. Be grateful 24/7. Truly breathe the nature of existence into your souls. Have a beautiful, beautiful week, my beautiful soul family. Believe in yourselves. Don't listen to naysayers and people that are negative and people that that don't believe in your dreams. Don't care if no one believes in your dreams. Believe in your dreams. I don't know you, but I believe in your dreams. And I want you to have the best dreams. There is so much magic in this world. There's so much magic in this world that you'd be surprised. You will be surprised when the things are happening to you and you won't even know, how did that happen? How did that happen? My little ring, the universe sent to me. Imagine I am a, okay, you know how it's spelled. I-M-A-G-I-N-E. In my dream I saw I and then am backwards and genie. I am a genie. I'm not the only one, but I know I'm that. And you can get to know that too. That doesn't make you a warlock or a witch. It makes you an alchemist, a creator. And if you want to call me a witch, well, I only work with the light, my light. So, have a beautiful week. Create lots of fun things for yourself. Laugh, eat yummy things, lots of fruit, drink tons of water, tea, liquid. Be nice to people and don't get angry when you're in your car and somebody passes you over and people are, relax, be happy, listen to music. I love you.